What's up guys, XXBandito here with another tutorial, but this isn't going to be per se a Minecraft tutorial. It kind of is. It's for a Minecraft server, so it's a server tutorial. And pretty much what I'm going to start doing is uploading these videos on how to do some of the harder things. Today it's on Votifier. That turns someone away from making a Minecraft server because it's pretty difficult. So I'm going to be on my server, which is pretty successful, and I was thinking about making another server, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna help other people make servers because it's really fun to be a server owner, and you get a lot of donations, which is really cool. But so today you came here to learn about Votifier, so that's what I'll teach you. So pretty much I'm just gonna show you what it is. For this, you're gonna need Votifier and vote tokens, which will be in the description to download, and I'm gonna show you what those plugins do together. So I'll go ahead and show you that right there. So pretty much this is on my server. If you do /votes, then this message will come up. It's customizable. So vote for us for 5 voting tokens and $1 million in-game money. Do /token shop to see what you can use your tokens for. So here are the 3 links you can click on to vote for. And when you vote, you get 5 voting tokens. And if you do /token shop, I believe, then it will bring up this virtual shop. You can buy in-game money, and this is all customizable. They can buy whatever they want. Voting pick, voting sword, bow, and voting rod. So just some stuff, and then there's in-game money right here that they can buy, and then it shows the price right on there. This one's 31, that one's 35, and so on. So I'm going to show you how this all works and how to tie it in to the voting websites. Today I'm going to be using Planet Minecraft as the voting site, so we'll go ahead and switch to that. So right here, this is our Votifier plugin. Once you download this, I've already downloaded it, so I don't need to. And our Vote Tokens plugin, both of these will be in the description. Download those, and once they're downloaded, go ahead and put them into your plugins file of your server. And once they're in there, which there's somewhere in there's a Votifier, go and reload your server. So you get a file, and we're going to open Votifier configure first. So we'll open up the config of Votifier, and so the default port right here is 8182. So we're gonna have to change that from 8182 to any 4-digit number above 1300. So I'm just gonna make it simple, make it 8183. So just one more than the default. And the host, don't mess with the host. That should be your server host, but if it's not, that's fine. That's just how it's been configured. Or server IP, I mean. If it's 0.0.0.0, don't freak out. That just means you're running. The only reason that would happen is if you're running your server off of your own machine. I'm using MC Pro Hosting, obviously, so that's going to be my server IP. Go in, once you've switched that port to your custom port, go and save that file, and you have to reload your server. So next you're going to open up your Planet Minecraft. I'm going to go to my census prison. So this is pretty simple what to do. Pretty much now my server is just pretty much putting my server on Planet Minecraft. It's pretty simple. Just go to your account and account, hit servers, and then you can upload a new server. Since I've already done that, pretty much when you're uploading a new server, it's pretty simple. You just make like what it's called, put the IP in there. You can put like a picture of it, and then just like a description. And it's up there. Now the hard part is Votifier. So Votifier, I'm just gonna delete all this to the default. I thought I already did that, but anyways, so this is just the default. This is what it would get if you just uploaded your server onto Planet Minecraft. So first you're gonna take not the address that was in your Votifier configure. You're actually gonna get it straight from this. So I'm just gonna take your server address, your server IP. If you know it by heart, I don't, because I have a word IP now. That's fine, but you're just going to copy that. But notice how the port was in there. We're just going to take the port off, so it's just the address, just like this. I believe it's 12 digits or something like that, yeah. And then the port, you're not going to put your server port in there. You're going to put the 8183 or whatever custom 4-digit number above 1300. I know it's kind of confusing, that you put in the Votifier config. So once you've done that, you're going to go back to your Votifier config, go to the File Access, Plugins, and we'll go to Votifier. Alright, now we're going to go into our RSA folder, and not the private key is crucial that you hit public key, and it will download a file called public key. Now, since there's no program to open this type of file, just drag it into your browser. Oops. Drag it into your browser. I'm using Google Chrome, and it'll just open this text document. Just copy these characters. It's encrypted, so someone might not understand it if you're not good at that stuff. Paste that right into your Votifier public key. Now make sure there's no like space in the beginning, and make sure there's no space at the end, because if there is, it will not work. So make sure everything's just the exact same. The port is the exact same as in the Votifier config, and the address is the same as your server. Also, very important part, you have to make sure to hit enable Votifier, otherwise none of this will matter, and it will delete everything. So make sure that enable Votifier is checked, because we want Votifier on. That's why you're watching this video. So then you can test your Votifier connection. I have successfully connected to Votifier on my server. No, if it says you have not, go ahead and check the port, make sure it's the same as in the config, and make sure the address is correct, and you don't have the server port in there or on there. And also make sure the public key is the exact same, and it's the public key, not the private key. I know that's a lot, but just make sure it's like that, and you should be fine. So now you're done with your public key, you can get rid of that, and make sure you save the settings. So once that's saved, it'll bring you back to this, and we can leave this up for now, but we'll come back to that. So back to our control panel, you can go and test out if it worked by voting for your server. I think I already voted that one time. Oh my gosh, I can't type. And then put in your Minecraft name. I think it's case sensitive. And cast your vote. Oh, I already voted. Okay. But anyways, if you didn't already vote, then it should give you 5 voting tokens in here, and you can use those in /tokenshop, which I'm going to show you how to set up in a little bit. So back to this. So now that Votifier everything is set up and stuff, we're going to go to our files again, our plugins folder, and open up VoteTokens. VoteTokens, 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 VoteTokens. Where is it? I can't seem to find VoteTokens. Over here it is. Alright, so now we're going to go into the config of this. I like to do this before we set up reward voting. That's the last plugin, which will also be in the link. I'm just going to, might as well show it to you. Reward voting. So this link will also be in the description to download. So I'm sorry, those are the 3 plugins you'll need: Votifier, reward voting, and VoteTokens. So pretty much in reward voting, it's pretty simple. All you're gonna need is to download this, and there's really nothing, really configuring you need to do for that. You just need to have it. So it's kind of like, I mean, you don't really need it. I mean, you need it. There's not much to do with it. So once you're downloading that, we'll come to that a little bit later. So right here we have the shop. So right here the size is 9. So if we go back to Minecraft, here. So yeah, we'll go back to Minecraft real quick and see how the shop size was 9. So if we do /tokenshop, then this is 9 slots, so that's 1 row, and the shop size can't be like 13 or 10. It has to be a multiple of 9, because it has to be either 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, whatever. It has to be a multiple of 9. Can't have half a row. That wouldn't make sense. Minecraft wouldn't accept that. Alright, so as you can see, there's like the 9 slots there, and then that corresponds with the size 9, which is on the which, like I showed you earlier, was on the config. So the size was 9. Now the size has to be a multiple of 9. It can either be 9, 18, 27, whatever, because if there is, say 10 slots, so it would make sense if there's 9 here and then 1 here. It has to be a multiple of 9. So make sure it's like that. So we'll go back to the config right here. And so make sure the size, it's either 9, 18, has to be multiple of 9. Alright, and then make sure if there's the size is 9 here, make sure there's 9 items, otherwise that will crash the config as well. And make sure the names, like here's money, that's money, money 1, that's money 1. Make sure these names correspond. That's a problem I had when I first started. So pretty much to go on with the rest of the config, make sure that's alright. There's going to be an example when you download it, so it just make sure like, oh, money is 2 spaces away, price is 4 spaces away, whatever. Just make sure it's the right amount of spaces, because if price is, right there, it's not going to work. So make sure it looks like the example that they give you, all of these. Pretty much the rest of it's pretty simple. Price, that's just saying, 10 voting tokens that you want to buy for this item. And then the commands, pretty much what this does is, like, when they buy this item with this amount of voting tokens, then this command runs. And the command I want them to, so if they're buying $10,000, I want this command to run, eco give, and then their name, $10,000, and use this in brackets, or not brackets, whatever those are called, as their name. So that's going to be what happens. And you can have multiple commands. Like if I wanted them to get $10,000 and I wanted them to be warped to A, I don't know, it doesn't make sense, but then you just do name A, and it would warp that player to A. It's just what happens. Like that's what you want to happen when they buy that. And pretty much the display name is just like in the item, like you saw for the money, it was gold bars. Like that's the item that will appear in the shop. 266 is the item ID for that. The name of the item is buy for $1,000. That's just the name of it. And then the lore is just the price. And then this gives you $1,000 in-game money, or 10,000. I think I accidentally deleted 10. But yeah, so pretty much just make sure it's all like that for all of them. I'll give you another example, like for the sword. So the price is 35, and then the commands is give the player name 276, which is the item ID for diamond sword. Give them one of them, sharp 8, fire 2, unbreaking 12, name, voting sword. That's pretty simple. And then make sure the names and the lores are bounded by apostrophes. Because if you delete that, then it won't recognize that as a lore. So you have to make sure that's bounded. And in Notepad++, which this technically is, it will actually like make the text not green, which I really like. So you can actually notice those. The commands do not need to be bounded with those though. So once you've done all this configuring, I know it takes a while, but just save that file and reload your server. And when you do /token shop, it should be there. So the last thing, I like to set up token shop first, and then we're going to set up reward voting, which kind of ties everything together. It ties together Votifier and token shop, because right now, if you voted, you would not get 5 voting tokens, because you need to set up reward voting. So once that's installed, all 3 of those plugins you need will be in the description, and then you put it into our plugin folder. Then we'll open that up. Reward voting, which is custom plugin a friend of mine actually made, so there's not that many downloads of it, but it is a very effective plugin. So pretty much this is reward voting. Now what you can do is every time they vote, then they get, they get $3.99, which is another star, and they get 5 of these, and they get, $2.78, and they get 1 of these, 1 diamond pickaxe. That you can do that straight from here, but if you want to do the voting tokens, like I said earlier, then I recommend not doing this unless you want to have them do this in addition to getting voting tokens. Then that's cool. But yeah, so also, but what I have done is when you vote, you can either get like any like items, you can get a potion, and then you can get any amount of XP levels. So if you want them to get 10 XP levels every time they vote, then you can do that. Or money. This is what I like. So every time they vote, they get $100,000 of in-game money. So that's pretty good right there. And so you can have them get XP levels, potions, items, and money every time they vote. And if you just want to make all of that zero so they don't get anything, and then it'll just make them get 5 voting tokens. Or you can make them 5 voting tokens and some money, or 5 voting tokens and items. Whatever you want to do depending on your server, and that right there. So right here are the vote sites. These have to be bounded by quotation marks, just like this. So vote site 1, you're gonna copy and paste it straight from. So you're gonna go to what's it called? Planet Minecraft. And then you're gonna go straight to your server to get the link. Now you can't just put planetminecraft.com. That will make them lost and they'll end up not voting, which is not what you want. So you're going to click on your server so it pulls up. Okay, so you're gonna copy this link, planetminecraft.com/server.censusprison. Copy this, and then you're gonna take this and you're gonna paste it, which I've already done, straight in here. And then what this plugin wants you to do is just put all your voting sites. I don't know why in the world someone would have 9, but what I've done is the voting sites, like the top one and the bottom one is just like a little design, and then this one just says vote for us for 5 voting tokens. It doesn't have to be a site. That can just be like something that it says, you know. So like this, it doesn't actually have to be a site. You can just, those are just the lines that it will appear in chat. So see how the first line is this, second line is that, second line is that, and then the 5th line is where the links actually come in. So when we go in Minecraft, and I'll do /vote here, you'll see that this, like, that should be a voting site, voting site, voting site, voting site, voting site, but in reality I made it to where it's just says some information. Now what is kind of a downside to this is you cannot actually use color chat in this, like if you wanted vote to be in color, but you can't do that. But I think that's fine. I mean, people know what they're looking for when they're voting, so it shouldn't be very difficult for them. So once you've configured this message to your liking, it's pretty cool. Then you can keep going down, and here's the broadcast message that I did. So this, don't mess with this, that's just their name. So and so has voted for us on, and then that's the voting website on whatever, don't mess with that either. And then, and has received 5 voting tokens and 1 million, and that's where I changed it, because the default is 5 diamonds, and I changed it to 5 voting tokens and 1 million. And now do /token shop to see what you can use your voting tokens on. Then I just added that so people actually know about the command /token shop, because not a lot of people would actually know like where to use them. But that's pretty much the end of this config. Once you've saved this file, go back to your control panel, and that's pretty much it, guys. So just to recap, once you've set up everything from the Votifier config into Planet Minecraft or whatever website you're using, I recommend using 3. I think 3 is a good number for voting. So once you have that, then you go set up your token shop, how many tokens they get for voting, just the different items they can buy and for how much, and lastly the reward voting, which is just the /vote, the message, the pretty much the messages they get when they vote. Pretty much ties everything together. If you have any questions or if it's not working for you, please leave a comment and I will get back to you. And I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. If you guys want me to do anything else, if you're having trouble, I mean, I've done everything for my server, so I pretty much know how to do everything, most things at least. Just please leave a comment what you want me to do next, because this series I'm really trying to do just a lot of admin help tutorials for servers. So hope you guys like this tutorial. Hope it helped out. Hope it helped out at least a couple people. Yeah, so just leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of these. If you have a server of your own, I really encourage you to look at my other videos. And This is XX Bandito signing off, guys. See ya.